Today's a special call. It's workshop number 2 improv. It may be a bit quicker than other workshops, not in time, but I will go faster through some materials. And in a way, I want to do it as a treat for me and to be able to reuse that video. Because number 1, I want to do it. Number 2, this is the Bullseye Method expansion pack. And it's mostly going to be me showing you 3 ways from chord to chord. And recall that the Bullseye Method has as step 4 a way to address chord changes. That is, we target the third mostly, and there's other means to do that. Also, coincidentally, I got an email and he said, well, you always mentioned that there's 3 ways to go from chord to chord. And here's my promise for today's call and recording. We will be able to make changes, which is the thing with jazz, by being very precise about where we are and the destination, by you having to play one note at a time. So I'll be guitar metronome, no backing track. And we will fully hear the chord change from one change to the next without stabbing chord and without playing full arpeggios and without playing full scales. So it's going to be narrowing down the note choices from going from one chord to the next. And there's a few, as you guys know, there's a few subtleties to doing that. So we'll do that today. So I may go fast. I will try to grab all questions for the end, but I will proceed through what I'd call the 1-3-5 technique. So again, the promise is let's do all this without scales, arpeggios, run, because people will tell you, well, if you have a single chord, like it's C major, you're doing all of me, then practice your patterns, or practice your arpeggio, right? And then the next chord hits and then do that again. What I want to try to do is really define what should happen at this moment of the change. This is a jazz tradition. It started with New Orleans stuff. Swing had mostly arpeggiated sort of language, and then that's bebop language. So what I'm giving you guys is turnaround language for when there's a lot of chords happening, because when there's a turnaround, there's lots of chords. Basically, the chord progression tells you what it's supposed to be played, or it narrows down the number of possibilities to. Sorry, by the way, I'm really passionate about this. I sense myself get in the room. I'm like, I've got it. Like almost pseudo-aggressive on that topic. So it's a blend of approaches from Berkeley Gone, from the Bullseye, from my approach, but I'm going to go deeper. And the other thing is, it will be possible for you to use that, even if chords are few and far between, that you want to add chords implicitly in your solo before you land on the next one. Say 2 bars of C major, you're like, what should I do next? So we'll be tackling that. And with the Bullseye Method, I tell you guys, play the third. But if there's not a lot of chords, it doesn't give you anything to play, anything else to play. So today, I'm giving you anything else to play, right? Before I get started, so again, this is the slide. I'll be typing a lot on slides today. So before we get started, does anyone have any objections or comments about this, or specific things you want?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes. I think what you're going to tell us is the notes that carry the most harmonic information.
Yes.
Kind of.
No, exactly. Not kind of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what is that?
Yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah. What is that note, Brad?
It's it's usually voice leading kind of.
It's a third. It will be the third here, 2/3 of the time, and the last third will land on the 5th. So that note carries a lot of harmonic information. If we hit it, you go like, yay, yawn, because you played it. But if you set it up,
yeah,
people will say, oh, use a diminished scale, use tensions, use one. I'll just show you one way. It's by no means the only way to improvise music in general. It's by no means the only way to build jazz vocabulary, but it's a really good way because it's easy to hear. You'll hear it, you play, okay. Anything else? Objections, questions, comments? Okay. So I'll set it up this way. I'll write on the screens. So we'll have 5 destinations. I'll specify this, and 3 methods to make it there. What are the destinations? So there's places you can go when you're in jazz songs, right? So you can go from C to wherever. Then you go to C to wherever. There are actually lots of destinations. There's 12 destinations or 11 Well, 12 would be to stay. And then you can go to minor, you can go to major, right? If it's a blues, you go to 4 dominant, right? But for now, we'll just tackle the 5 easiest to hear destinations. Do you guys want to take a stab at where those would be? No pressure. Brad.
The 2.
Okay. This is great. Yeah. So I think it's given out the rest of the answer, right? You guys are still with me?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So you go to F major or G major, which is the 4 and the 5 of the key. So when I don't spell out M, when it's capital, it's just major, right? For short. I'm missing one, am I? Yeah. Here.
Good old 6.
All right. Good old sis. So that's for pop tunes, turn on the radio, rock, top 40, classical, whatever. It's a really, really common and easy to hear, right? How do we do the 3 methods to make it there? I'm going to call this the 1, 3, 5. Not the arpeggio 1, 3, 5. So assuming we scratch everything off, I go from to D minor. Scratch everything off. The bullseye method would dictate that if I play the 3rd here, I'm going to not bold this. And if I play the 3rd here, you will hear those changes. If I had a backing track going like... If the backing track is playing, and I just play the 1 note, you ready? Da, da. That's it. This is pretty easy. Right. Do you guys remember what I tell you in the bullseye method? Anyone? Guess? No? We can aim at that note via a line that we create. And preferably, not always, but preferably it would be from above. So there would be 1 note before. Da, da. So, da, 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 da. And I could do it again. Da, da. Right? Da, da. But that's boring because, we're jazz players, so we want to play a bunch of lines. What I show you in lesson 4.7, I think, or the etude, that we go 3 8 notes before. So that would be the 1 8 note. Then we go above that 1 more, and we go above that 1 more. We'll do the key of B flat, the note B flat, because that's in the key of F. So ultimately, we're looking at the key, the key of the destination. D minor is F major, so it needs a B flat. You could do it with a B natural. You could do it chromatically. It doesn't matter, but for now we'll keep it mostly close to the home key. So again, 1, 2, 3, and you still with me? Da, da. I promised I wouldn't have a backing track or comp chords, or you don't have to play the full arpeggio. So notice, I'm not going... we're not doing that. What do we hear when we go... Anyone?
That's a partial scale.
Yes. What scale? Well, D minor. Good. And further than that, we could do even more scale before.
Mixolydian, didn't it?
It could, yeah. Which Mixolydian? Good question. C Mixolydian? Yeah. So
no.
F major. Yeah, that's one way to say. I'll give you the answer because we started with the hard stuff. Actually, I should have started with the major destinations because it's easier to understand. But here, we'll do D harmonic. Okay. This is where I start to lose some of you, but it's fine. So if I run down the let's just write out D harmonic minor at the bottom. D harmonic minor. Let's spell out the notes. So Volunteer. D, E. Someone else keep going?
F, no?
F. Yeah, keep going. You guys are still with me? Play it. You'll hear how like it sounds like Middle Eastern E.
Yeah.
This is the scale. So D to D. You don't have to have facility playing a scale up or down. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter. But that's the entire scale. So if I were to put all my money on D harmonic minor of destination, I would put the F there. I climb up one, which we did. You know, we have this here. Climb back up the scale. So we go backwards. We are doing a descending line into it. So the next note up from that is C sharp. The next note up from that is D. The next note up from that is E. Next note up from that is F. Next note up from that is G. Whew! Notice, this information is this. Same pitches, but it's backwards. All right, as promised. You guys heard it? I'm gonna do it again. You guys heard it? Yay! Okay, so that's the start. That's what this thing is about. It only took me 15 minutes to get there. So here's what we have here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brad's onto something. See this? See this? What's that? That's the 5 of 2. That's that. If we temporarily consider D minor as the new 1, we put the 5 in front. And of course, you guys are jazz players, so I don't have to sugarcoat it. Well, I do have to sugarcoat it a little bit sometimes. What's that? That's the minor 2 and 5. That's a third of a 7 flat 9. And that's a third of E minor 7 flat 5. So if you were to do just the bullseye method, and you were to do just, okay, there's a chart, there's 2 bars of C, then 2 bars of D, then your solo would wind up sounding like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Boring. But if you did that, then you start to hear that, we third, and we have made the change. And then furthermore, if you want to connect this note to this note, which is, again, that's the third, that's the third, that's the third, that's the third, you get it? You connect it. So what we do, we descend from third to third. One little trick I did when I hit my G, and then I'll go on camera to share this. Camera? No camera. Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm here and I do C, right? So I hear the C major. Then I think E minor 7 flat 5. Third, all the staples we have in lesson 1, right? And I did da 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 da. That's the third of D, right? But I did a spin. I did. So that's the C sharp, and then the next note down is B flat. I just climb up to B flat. So there you have your line. Now you know how to go from C to D minor. I will take complaints just now. No, what did I say earlier? I said objections. Objections, Your Honor. Oscar?
Well, it's not a complaint, more it's just trying to wrap my brain around it. So what, just kind of put it in my words. this is going from the one to the two,
Correct.
with that chromatic voice leading, uh, and you said descending, right? So going from B flat, okay, yeah, yep, okay, that, yep. And then the second part of what I heard was those descending notes, we can build chords off of those. For example, the G, the third is the E minor, the C sharp, the third is the third of A7. So we're kind of like building a passage.
Yeah. And yeah, exactly. And I will sort of do a complimentary to what you said. There's no chromaticism. Essentially, we're in C, and then we're in D harmonic minor. So it's purely diatonic for that. But we shifted the diatonicism, is that a word? From C to D minor. But here's a funny thing. Maybe your piano accompaniment would not do E minor 7 flat 5 to A7 to D minor, but it doesn't matter. I can create a line that implies that, and it will feel great because we create tension. And by this, we simply descended the scale. Notice how, if you look at the scale and you go, well, I set that up as a target. What note comes before? The note right above it. In what? In D minor. The note right above it. Above, 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 above. So this is just basically descending the scale. I placed it. So the third is outlined. So magically, if I walk up the scale 4 notes, I wind up on the third of that 5 chord. And magically, if I keep doing it, because of the sacral fourths, it's 4 notes above. So it just obeys that rule. Right?
Yeah, I am trying to wrap my brain around. I'm almost there, I think.
Yeah.
So but just to be clear, like the G, F, E, and D, that does not make an E minor 7 flat 5. That actually makes just the kind of the colors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That does not fully describe E minor 7 flat 5. But if E minor 7 flat 5 were ringing by a piano player, this would be correct.
Okay, that would be beautiful. Okay, yeah, correct. One last question. I think I can, just allow myself to process it all.
Yeah.
With the notes in the harmonic minor in this first destination,
Mm-hmm.
I could toy around with a lot of different ideas using those notes. Am I correct to understand it that way?
Yes, and some, when you toy with the ideas, some will yield themselves more to inevitable resolutions. This one is the strongest.
Okay, okay, okay.
And
And just sorry.
we'll cover 2 more ways that are a bit less tense, but still use harmonic minor as well. So I'll give you 3. You guys can make up like 12 different ways to repatch a scale. If you do 16th notes or triplets or phrasing, or, if you lay back like all the feel and the tension and all your vocabulary, the other musical variables you can play with creatively. But now I'm giving you the stencil, like classical musicians already have their notes selected for. So I'm going to select your notes for your solo. Right, but if you have a blues lick in mind, you have a pentatonic, you have something, for sure play that. But that's a good safety net to fall back into because it's always correct.
Okay. Okay.
Go ahead.
One last
You had something
question.
else.
The description and the example you're giving us, is that playing the scale, the harmonic minor scale, as you're writing it there, starting with the G? Did I understand that correctly?
Yes,
Okay. Okay. Got it. All right.
absolutely.
Thank you very much for, it's just a lot to wrap your brain around.
Yeah, of course. And let it simmer overnight. But to your point about making the changes, E minor 7 flat 5 and these, look here. If we just look at that chord, we have the 1, we have the 7, we have the 3, right? The 5 is here. So it's this is pretty much an E minor 7 flat 5. Up until here, you hear E minor 7 flat 5. And if you want to look at the A7, we'll get the 1, the 3, the 5, the flat 9, the 7, right? So it also spells out the entire scale. So there's 7 chords to a D harmonic minor. But if it's played this way, this is what's going to be emphasized. Is that we hear D, do, da, right? We hear third. It's just very natural. Again, there are
Thank-
other more chromatic ways. Like you could do A altered. People say play the diminished scale. Yeah, you can build tensions. You use a Ted Dunbar, Coltrane matrix, which they all work. But this is a way to look at the destination, to be really pragmatic about it. It's a minor scale. It's a minor scale. Good. Anyone else?
Thank you.
My pleasure, Oscar. Anyone else? Kevin? Sound check. No. Sound? No. No sound. Okay. Take your time. So, that approach, I told you we would do the 1-3-5 approach. So that approach is the 3. Why is it the 3? Because we hit systematically the 3 of each chord. The 3, the 3, and the 3. The 3. Kevin, you're up.
Now,
Yes.
you often speak to destination of the harmonic destination.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's it.
What's the phrase?
Harmonic minor of destination, HMD. HMD is one way to say it. Because if I were in C, and you know, I told you we'll go 5 destinations, we'll just look at the chords like D minor, E minor, F, right? But if you do blue bossa, you do C minor to D flat major, it still works. It still works. It's just harder to hear. So if you were to have a song in C major and go to D flat minor, you try them all, you'll see that harmonic minor of destination, it always works. Maybe some of these notes go, it's less pleasant, it's like a sharp 9, I don't know. You can toy with it until you find the note selection that works. Sometimes you have to like double split a chromatic, like with a triplet, it's same difference. I love that. That's one of my favorite English phrases ever. Same difference. How can you, same difference, get it? You know, and oh, by the way, just for fun, you know the lost and found box? In French, we just say it's the lost. We say objet perdu, so they're the lost objects. I told my son, well, they're not lost anymore. They're found if they're in that box. Someone found them. So it's just language. I just love language. Okay, so I want to do one more example of the 3 approach. So we've done this guy. I want you guys in the room to pick one other destination. It could be E minor, another minor, or 2 more majors, and we'll do the same thing to see if you can catch up to what we're doing. Oscar.
One suggestion, if it could be powerful for the blues, so I'm assuming that's like maybe the 4, is that right?
4, yeah, perfect. Let's do that one. So I'm going to copy and paste that slide. I'm going to go to major, F. Oscar, stay on the line. We'll scratch that. We'll scratch that as well. We'll just go, right? So if the destination chord is F, what is the target note?
A.
A, good. So we start on an E, and we go to an A, and we'll use the F major scale. So what's the F major scale for everyone? Oscar, you're up.
Okay, 1 flat, so it's going to be F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E.
Nailed it. Nailed it. Good. And what about here? So what we want to do, we want to add 8 notes here in the empty. And they all need to come from the F major scale, and we are descending into that note. So what's the note before?
G.
Good.
F.
Hold on. Is that G? No. No. The note above is B flat, right?
Oh, okay, that's right. It's okay, because right to left is descending, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. C.
Yeah.
D.
Yeah.
And then E.
Good.
Got it.
So that's 4. And now let's just add the 4 previous. So that would be B flat, A, G, F. Okay. Perfect. So again, I'm not going to comp chords. I just want you guys to hear. 1, 2, 3, 4. You hear it again? You heard it? No, I did. I changed one note there, but that would be the flat 9. So let's go again and look at these tones. So that's the first half of the bar, and that's the second half of the bar. So we are really strongly implying a chord there. What's that chord? Oscar? You're muted.
Well, it's let's see. I'm feeling like so the question is we're starting from the E, and what is that implying?
Yeah.
I'm assuming. I think that's the G minor, right?
Yeah, G minor goes here.
Oh, okay. Nope, had it wrong. Okay.
Right? That's the third of G minor.
Okay.
And then the E is the third. The E is the third of
C7. Okay, I didn't. Okay, I did not know that.
So what I'm telling you guys, again, like the previous slide, this is not written, but when I played this is what we hear. So it's G minor to C7. And again, I started here. G7, back to C. So again, that's a method that I call the 3. That's the second way to make it there, by means of descending a scale. So now you have the recipe. If we were to take this and go harmonic minor, D, harmonic minor, E, A harmonic minor, or F major and G major, so long as we start our C chord with an E note, then we build a line that's fully descending into the third of our destination by using the scale of the destination. So F major or G major or A minor, right? We start with harmonic minor with those. So long as we have that, we will fully hear the changes. Ça va? But that's method 3. That's method third. Target third on everything. Third on the original, third on the target, third on the implied 2/5 that doesn't exist, but could exist. I mean, if you play standards, they will be there. Or sometimes there's just a 5 and you can imply the 2 as well. Oscar?
When I noticed that in the method 3 where we're targeting the thirds, I noticed in the going from 1 to the 2, there ended up being an E minor 7 flat 5 and a flat 9, and then doing the C to the 1 to the 4, we ended up with something different.
Yeah, with major destinations, it's just a 2-5-1. With minor destination, it's minor 7 flat 5 to 7 flat 9. It's a product of, it comes from the harmonic minor scale. It's the sound we're used to hearing.
Okay.
It sounds better, but because say if we'd use that and we go to D minor, but we actually use a D major scale, it would be a bit dissonant. Well, it would still work, by the way. It'd go, you know, here, but it would just be that we have an F sharp in there and a B natural. So it's not that far, but it would be E minor 7, A7. Now it's E minor 7 flat 5, A7 flat 9 is just more common in jazz language for minor destinations. Well, since, I don't know, there's a date like 1948 or since an era, people started to do it that way because it sounds better.
When we do the others, like the 5, for example, that's going to probably have a dominant in there.
I would just go to, well, let's do it now. I'll just write on paper to G major. that one's going to be really easy just to modify. So from G major, from C major, I go this, right? And the G chord is here. The third of G is B, right? I'm going to scratch that. And I'm going to go G major scale. So I'm going to shift everything. G, need a B natural in there. We need an F sharp. We need a G, right? So then I tell myself, well, okay, I'm going to descend C. I'm going a bit fast for my taste, but here, yeah, there you go. That's the line. Same process. So that one's the dominant, that one's a 2. And if you want to hear how it sounds like, C was here. Right? So always targeting the third, mostly on the third string. Honestly, it's coming from a staple. So it's always in the same place on the neck. Good, so we've covered the 2 majors. We've covered those. And we've covered that one. If we were to redo the process, write down E harmonic minor, figure out what the third is, put the 2 in front, the 5 in front, okay? Same here, same here. So that's method 3. And with you guys' agreement, I will go to method 5 or method 1. We'll do method 1 first because it's easier. Okay, perfect. I'll jot that down too on screen to go method 3. How about this? Method 3. Right. Method 3, method 3, method 3. Now, let's compare method 3 and method 1. So I still want to go to D minor. We'll still be using here, we're missing 4 notes. We'll still be using the same 2-5 in front. We'll still be doing that. We'll still be doing that. So it means that the end of the line is the same. What will change is we'll use the 1 of that chord. So to your Oscar's first question was like, would it be playable on an E minor 7 flat 5? Would that sound good? Well, I'll give you the recipe. 1. That's why we call it method 1. Right? And I'm going to play it, and I'll let you guys try to guess what I'm doing. I'll do it up an octave. So this this is the same. But before I go,
It's an arpeggio.
it's an arpeggio. Thank you. So you guys want to practice your 4-note arpeggios? You have my blessing. Put it in context. Right?
Right.
So there's your arpeggio. So I call this method 1 because now we target the 1 of that 2 chord. And look, in this case, it's, I mean, you know, it's pretty obvious. So again, no chords. What did you guys hear? You heard all these chords, but I didn't have to play the chords because it's fully outlined. So that's what I call method 1. So you have method 1, method 3, which is the same, but here to get to that chord, we use a different way. But notice one thing, these 2 things are the same. That's the 3rd resolving, the 7th resolving to the 3rd. That one is a strict 7th resolving to 3rd, 7 resolving to 3rd. That second one was also a strict, that's method 1, 7 resolving to 3rd, 7 resolving to 3rd. If you look at the G as the 7th of A7, if you look at the D as the 7th of, right? So 7-3, 7-3, 7-3, You know, people say shell voicings, look at your guide tones. Yes, and they will allow you to spring out lines like this. With time and vocabulary and building chromatics and phrasing around it, you can just spell out any changes. Like you can write a solo, prepare it, and run through your changes like this. All right, that's method 1. Would you guys like to see method 1 on going to F major? Would that work? Yeah, let's do it. Or other questions before? Okay. Method 1 applied to F major. Super simple. Method 1. So I'm going to change this. Method 1. We keep that, we keep that, we keep that. What do we do here? Method 1. We start with the G. And we do the arpeggio. 1, 3, 5, 7. And again, we have that connection. So if I want to go from my C major, I go... I've landed safely. That's it. We are here. So we've done this for method 1 and method 3. This for method 1, method 3. Are you guys ready to tackle method 5? This one's much harder. So, as if the stuff's not hard enough. Okay. Do you remember our friend Gabriel? I think he posted last week. He said, noodling, there'll never be another you. He said it's controlled noodling or whatever used. It's like deliberate tinkering. It's good even to put a backing track on or to put your metronome and just to go, I'm going from here to there. You look at any song, it may not be C. Let's say you're here and you go, I'm not Mike Stern, I'm not B.B. King. I don't want to just do pentatonic blow, although it's fun, it's cool, but I want to make it. Just loop these two guys and focus on method 1, method 2, method 5, which I'll outline for you, which is a blend of descending scales, ascending arpeggios, targeting the thirds. That's the stuff. That's the stuff. Okay. Method 5 is a bit more advanced because
playing the changes, man. It's playing the changes.
Thank you.
This is it.
This is it. Well, this is it. It's a
way to do it.
It's a method to get into the it, because then the rest, like you watch Parker, like, oh, flurry, pentatonic going up, and then, but you look at all the points where they want to be very specific. This is it. You hear, I don't know if you guys know Chris Potter, right?
Yeah.
And you have Keith Jarrett solos, you have flurries of notes. In that scope, these lines start to make sense. Because we hear that way. We hear 1 to 2. We hear 1 to 4 because we've played blue. We hear it. But within these really fast 30-second lines, that skeleton is present. They don't just blow BS within the scales and modes. They don't. There's still structure. They still make changes that are not there. People also, I think I said it earlier, people will say you tonicize. So you're here, and your other key is not, like you're in C major, you go to A flat major. You know all the things you are. Like, but then you tonicize it. What does it mean? Create a line that would act as if this would be the one. So the contrast between the two is not just we're in C and then all of a sudden we're in A flats. No, you prepare it. So now you have lines to play before you land. So that's what I've been doing with the bullseye methods. Like, well, if you want to really make the changes, you have to make it before the change, of course, happens. You have to set it up. You set up a line with scales and with arpeggios. However, we're now the Berkeley method and go like, I mean, this is good. You still got to do your modes and you have to do it, or you can memorize licks and whatever. But that's really it's the basic cake, 1 egg and butter and flour, and you can make vanilla batter and then bake it.
You want to come up?
Yeah.
Come on.
You can do if you start to do fudge, it's going to be a total different thing. Okay, enough baking analogies. Sorry.
You're a good girl.
So let's do. Hey, monster. I tell my girlfriend the bag of hair. My Marcus, the cat, the tabby cat, he's fighting other cats in the neighborhood because he's like, I'm protecting my house. So let's do method 5, and that's going to be a bit counterintuitive, but I'll tell you, there's still 4 notes. And there's still 4 notes. And I'll give you one. We keep the C sharp there. What's the C sharp? Well, that's the third of this. We can't avoid it, really. Okay, that's going to be there. However, our method 5 lands on the 5. What's the 5 of the D minor? Everyone?
D, G.
Hey,
Thank you. A. Good. So how... sorry, I want to check my notes, make sure I'm not... Yeah. So method 5 hits the 5 of the target and hits the 5 of this guy. That's method 5. Recall, method 3 had the 3 here. Method 1 had the 1 here. So method 5 it's bound to have the 5 here. That's how I'm able to do 1, 3, and 5. So there's multiple ways in which we could have the note B flat, which is the 5 of E minor 7 flat 5, and have this talk about voice leading, right? You hear it. I didn't even play the line. I didn't play in tempo. So anyone care to guess? There's more than one answer. I'll give you the one that's the most obvious. Anyone care to guess how we would fill that? No? Well, there's 7 notes here.
You just played the flat 9.
Yep.
And then the 7 back to your root. That's what you just played.
That's correct. Yeah. So out of the entire scale that I'm telling you guys that we've been using, at first it was just purely descending, purely linear. Bwall. Second time we went up an arpeggio and down the scale, right? Remember method 1. So we did, just to keep things in perspective, we did descending scale, we did ascending arpeggio to descending scale. So what's the thing that's missing?
It's the enclosure.
Descending
Enclosure.
Close. Descending arpeggio. That's the only thing we haven't done so far. So we'll do a descending arpeggio. That gets a bit more rough, but you'll see it's the same. It's going to be the same notes as here, to give you a clue. Same notes, but they're just reshuffled. So remember that B flat, G, and E. So that's a 5 of E minor 7 flat 5. That's the 3 of E minor 7 flat 5. That's the 1 of E minor, right? So 5, 3, 1, and I'll play the 7 here. Right? Sorry. Here. So I'll give you the beginning. A 1, 2, so first I'll just play the target. So E, B flat, C sharp, and A. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to play the second set. So we descend the arpeggio, and here we ascend the arpeggio. You will notice something really funny. It's the same notes we ascend. That's it. Notice this is the same as this. What did we keep in the middle? I'm going to outline this for clarity. So we kept that. But the 3 notes on the outside, these 3 notes and these 3 notes are the same. We connected 2 different chords with 1 note. That's the 7 to the 3. This here is the common between method 1, method 3, and method 5. So the full line is. Did you hear the changes? 2, 3, 4. That's it. Summary. You're somewhere. You go anywheres. Plot the scale towards the third of this. Do it fully. Second method. Method 1. Ascend an arpeggio to the descending scale. Method 3. Descend the arpeggio, reascend the arpeggio, land on the fifth. That's what we've done. Ça va? Lots of stuff.
Ça va, ça va. I will have to see this video several times, a lot of times, but because I see there is an algorithm in all that
Yes.
that you can take, and then you have the little machine to get there. Yeah.
Right.
And it takes a while. Like when it's first like, wait, where are we going? From here to there to... Whoa. You apply one algorithm on blues, right? You look at the etude 4.7, 4.8. It's there. Okay, my scale, always. And then you do always arpeggio up scale, arpeggio. Then you do arpeggio. You do them all over a change. And I will give you guys a treat. I'm meeting with Gabriel, our friend,
Yes.
in 10 minutes. So I will let you, 4 of you guys, pick one progression. And I will do the entire progression, and I will wing the making of the changes with the method of your choice. You can pick method 1, method 3, method 5, and I will do it on the entire form. Just to show you I'm not full of it, I can actually do that. I mean, this is most of my jazz education. Those, and then just doing a lot of shredding. Who's first?
Method 5.
Method 5, Michael. Okay, song?
All the things you are.
All the things. Let's go. You're fine with me on camera, or do you want me to share the backing track on screen, Michael? Which you prefer?
Okay, it's okay.
Like this? Okay. So I'll do one chorus. One, two, four.
Okay.
Approximately. I fudge.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
Who's next? Brad, Kevin, or Oscar? Oscar, song?
I was gonna say I go last because I took up a lot of bandwidth.
I know, go.
How about method 3?
Okay.
And why don't we do a blues, like cool blues?
Okay. I'll do a general blues, like a blues jazz. Do you want to pick the key? Do you want to do B flat, C, F, or A flat, or?
B flat, either of those. Yeah, let's do B flat.
Okay, B flat. Perfect. I'll share. I'll do it this way. Oh, we're getting an echo. Okay. Okay. And off we go. I'll do 2 courses. fudged it, but you get the idea. Good. Next. Kevin or Brad? Kevin. Song?
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, we're getting an echo.
Around midnight, just because it's what I'm anchored on right now.
Okay, method 1, 3, or 5? Method 3? Okay. Try that. 5? Method 5. Okay, T, better. Okay, easy. Easier. T, da 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 da. Something like that. It's hard because sometimes the keys don't relate to one another, but I try to, to toy with it. And you get a different approach with method 1, method 3, right? But you will wind up like just combining them. Good. Brad, at long last.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. Song?
Record a May?
Yes. Method?
Why don't you just do all three? Just do whatever you feel like.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, fair.
Yeah, combine them.
Okay, I will. Off we go. I need a do-over. I didn't prepare. I saw it coming. I'm like, no, I missed it. Let me do it again. Try to be more strict. Doesn't work on a single chord, right? Oh, sorry, wrong key.